Hey everyone, chaomix here. Okay, who remembers these bad boys? Probably a surprising amount of you. It's strange because they were really only ever primarily featured in one game, Sonic Adventure 2. But these shoes, known as the soap shoes, have etched their way into the hearts of so many Sonic fans.
Thank you for changing my life.
They're synonymous with one thing in particular. Rail grinding, baby! Rail grinding is just one of those things that makes Sonic Adventure 2 so stylish. In fact, this game has so much style in literally every aspect of its design, especially that good Comic Sans font. Yeah, this game uses Comic Sans as one of its primary fonts. So what, you wanna fight? And look at the box art illustration for Sonic Adventure 2. It's beautiful, isn't it? I absolutely love. Whoa, wait a minute. Where did Sonic's soap shoes go? Oh, that's right. Yeah, the thing is, Sonic didn't always have his soap shoes in Sonic Adventure 2. In fact, a Sonic Adventure 2 demo was released pretty far along into the game's development that featured art, cutscenes, and gameplay, all with zero signs of any soap branding. The soap brand sponsorship actually didn't happen until pretty late into the development of SA2. So how did this sponsorship even come to be? What the heck even is soap? And whatever happened to it in future games? It's a pretty interesting story, so let's dive right into it. Rail grinding, a mechanic we were welcomed to in Sonic Adventure 2. With the extreme popularity of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater series at the time of development, as well as the prominence of the extreme sports culture at the time, you gotta wonder if it may or may not have had something to do with the conception of rail grinding. This skating culture was super popular at the time, especially in California, where this game was location scouted by Sonic Team. Just look at City Escape. It's literally San Francisco. And there's the house from Full House. I definitely think Sonic Team saw a few things in particular during their stay in California that influenced them into creating the rail grinding mechanic. But we'll touch on that in just a second. So what is rail grinding and what does it do? In Sonic Adventure 2, both Sonic and Shadow are able to plant themselves on top of horizontal rails and ride down them using a mix of momentum, balancing, and gravity. It was the first game to feature this rail grinding mechanic, and honestly the only one to absolutely nail it in my opinion. By using a handful of tricks to build and maintain speed, the player is able to do so much more with rail grinding in Sonic Adventure 2 than any other game to feature it afterwards. Again, it's very reminiscent of some of the Tony Hawk games with the balancing mechanic. Overall, it's one of my favorite mechanics from the series, and it really helps Sonic further stick out from other video games. And I believe this exact thing caught the eye of a certain brand. There was a brand specifically making shoes for this exact thing Sonic was doing in his upcoming game. This is where soap shoes come in. The first official soap shoes were created in 1997. Marketed as equipment for a brand new type of extreme sport with roots in aggressive inline skating. But these shoes were meant to be much more simple and convenient than rollerblades. Chris Morris, over the course of 16 years, modified and engineered a pair of Nikes to have a plastic concave grind plate designed for sliding. They had all of the conveniences of normal shoes, while also being able to do sick rail grinding tricks in the heat of the moment like an absolute unit. A sample product was then designed and finalized by a company called Concept 21, later becoming Artemis Innovations. This was the first primary company the soap brand was sold under. These shoes rapidly gained some popularity in the late 90s. There was also a pretty big marketing push in the form of public exhibitions and online extreme sports websites to push this fad as far as it would go. And this all happened during the time frame that Sonic Team was in California location scouting. It makes me wonder, did Sonic Team see soap shoes during their stay in California? Especially in California, the skating culture was at its peak. You could barely walk a block without seeing some kind of skate brand being repped. I even remember when I was a kid, skate brand clothing were super popular, even among people who didn't skate, like myself. Yeah, I was a poser. Get over it. I think it's really likely that Sonic Team got a glimpse of this new extreme sport, and then took inspiration from it, creating the rail grinding system. So Sonic Team continued to develop their game with this new rail grinding mechanic being emphasized as a huge selling point. They would go on to release a demo of this game to the public, featuring the first level of the game, City Escape. And as we all know, City Escape is filled to the brim with level design made from every extreme sports athlete's wet dreams. I'm guessing that Soap got wind of this and approached Sega with an opportunity to sponsor Sonic's latest and greatest game with their brand. Obviously, this worked out as we already know. All of the illustrations featuring Sonic would be revised to include him in his new Soap shoes, and any in-game depiction of him would also be modified to include them as well. Well, except for the first cutscene in the game. Yeah, for some reason he still has his normal shoes, but as soon as you jump into gameplay and from every point afterwards, he does have his Soap shoes like he's supposed to. This is only an issue on the Dreamcast version of the game. This mistake was actually fixed in the battle port for the GameCube. Sonic's Soap shoes are officially called the 2G High Speed shoes. They're very faithful to the core design of his original shoes, but just have so much extra detail, even the concave piece in the arch of the foot, perfect for gripping rails. I absolutely love the look of these shoes. They're huge, they're almost like boots. I'm surprised Sonic didn't get an upgrade that allowed him to curb stomp some robots' heads in. But besides the shoes, there were also a ton of additional Soap branding sprinkled in throughout the game. You can see their logo plastered on various objects like this park bench. There's also a ton of Soap posters throughout the levels taking place within the main city. They even have their logo on these huge blimps in the background of some levels. The thing about this particular product placement is that it really wasn't that in your face. Sure, the logo is plastered on walls and blimps, but they completely blend in with some of the other weird fictitious posters found throughout the game. I guess I just figured it was some fictional brand, and can you blame me? Just look at all of these other weird posters like Chow in Space 2, and this one saying SA2 is habit forming. It wasn't until much later that I realized that Soap shoes were an actual product you can buy in real life, like with real life money, in real life. But unfortunately, by the time I learned about it, the brand and fad had really died down. Who would have thought that a gimmicky pair of shoes that were probably banned in most schools would die out? Crazy, right? But in reality, the Soap brand has been through a lot legally. The original creator, Chris Morris, would lose ownership of the Soap license, and the company that had all the rights to it, Artemis Innovations, wouldn't really do anything with the brand. Eventually, they sold it to a company called In Stride, known for selling wrestling gear. But then they went bankrupt, and finally, Soap was purchased by Healing Sports Limited. Oh my god, these are the guys that make Heelys. Alright guys, hear me out. Heelys in the next Sonic game. Now I know what you're thinking. Chaomix, who the f even wears Heelys anymore? But think about it, we can bring them back in style. And no, I'm not just salty that they got banned in my school. Give him a Shadow or something, he'd love them. These poor Soap shoes though. We'd unfortunately never really see these stick, as Sonic shoes would return to their normal design in future games. There's a few small Soap shoe cameos that did happen afterwards though. The first being a minor cameo in Sonic Pinball Party for the Game Boy Advance. It's just in one of the sprite illustrations for a pose from Sonic Adventure 2. The Soap shoes were also featured in Sonic X very briefly, with Chris Thorndike creating them for Sonic in order to railgrind. And actually most recently in Sonic Forces as a custom avatar costume item. Although Sonic himself isn't able to wear them, they're still in the game. I couldn't find much information on the details of their inclusion though. I looked through the end credits of the game to find any mention of Soap or Healing Sports Limited, but couldn't find anything. My guess is that because the brand is so irrelevant these days, and they know the most clout they've ever gotten was from a cartoon rat wearing them, they most likely struck a deal with Sega to include them in the game for free and uncredited. Probably a better strategy than anything they're doing now with them. So that's the history of Soap and their shoes' inclusion in the Sonic the Hedgehog series. It was kind of a one-and-done sponsorship deal that was really neat nonetheless. Unfortunately, the only way I can see Soap shoes coming back in any way is in the form of small cameos like in Sonic Forces. I don't think the brand is alive enough for Sonic Team to find any value in promoting. And also because of the messy ownership history, I can see it being kind of difficult and risky to keep signing sponsorship deals with them. But now we have to look towards the future and start asking the big questions. Will there ever be any sponsorship deals similar to this in the future? Heelys. Sonic Team, please give Shadow Heelys. It's your move now, Sonic Team. Make it happen. Hey everyone, thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. If you liked it, leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this. I post a new video almost every week, so hit the bell notification to be the first to know when I upload. In the comments below, let me know your opinions about soap shoes. Should they come back, or are they kind of a dead fad? And to take this discussion even further, make sure to join the community Discord, link in the description. And finally, I'd love to give a huge thank you to my backers. You guys are the #1 reason I'm able to keep pumping out videos on a weekly basis. If you'd also like to support my channel, check the membership link in the description or the join button beneath this video for more info. You get some cool perks, so check it out for more info. And with that being said, I hope everyone has a fantastic day. Peace.
Wake up,